Okay, before the video starts, hi, if you're new, thank you for clicking the video. Take a look around the channel, let me know what you think. If you're not new, thank you for your loyalty. Now, before we get into the video, I'm like 23. I was born in '01. I cannot determine what Gen Z is because a couple months ago, I was excited because I was like, I'm not Gen Z. That's something to be proud about. I guess not. I thought I was something, and people my age were called Zillennials, where we're like in between Gen Z and Millennials, aka the best generation, because we had the like peak, not the peak, but like the rise in like technology, but also still had a balance of touching some grass outside and you know physical and verbal communication. So I don't know. I guess I'm considered Gen Z. I guess Zillennials is not a thing. I don't freaking know. And just to add on to that, Gen Z nostalgia has remained unmatched. Now, obviously, I'm biased, but we had like so many things, like technology wise, but at the same time, we could get up and go outside, go to school, and like stuff stories to tell. I don't know what kids after us have to like talk about that was like nostalgic, or are gonna have something to talk about that's nostalgic if it's not like Skibbity Toilet, Fortnite, and what else? I want to say Freddy Fazbear, but we basically had that. Like that was our thing. So like, what's gonna be nostalgic for them? TikTok? Whack. I'm not gonna lie, that's whack. We Gen Z, like anybody, I don't know, late '90s to like 2000, I'm gonna say six. We really them ones. We're really them ones. That's just me. Again, I'm biased, but like, just look back at it. I feel like that was the peak, and after that, it's been a decline on nostalgia, and they keep trying to recreate nostalgia, with bringing back other people's nostalgia. You feel what I'm saying? So, I've spoken enough. Back to it.
Gen Z nostalgia. Now, growing up in my childhood was just absolutely goated. And when looking back on it, the nostalgia is just absolutely unmatched. It's just on another level of different, hence why there were so many videos about it. But today, I've compiled a whole video, just everything Gen Z nostalgia in one video. Now, first off, we gotta talk about the music. The music just hits so different. Music just simply peaked in the 2010s. I cannot tell you how many times I go back to it. And every time I'm on aux and I put on a classic, the whole car gets lit. Like, I got the whole function turned for real. It's insane. Like, everyone knows the lyrics. They just start jumping up and down. The whole car's shaking. There's just so many classics in the 2010s. And I even made like an entire playlist on my Spotify for just songs that have gone down as classics. And I remember just like always loving to listen to the radio, like when I was in the car. Now, my parents knew how much I loved music.
Shuffle, and I had this thing in like 24.
Never had an
I
iPod
just
shuffle.
would not take it out. And of course, on long car rides, you bet your ass I had the iPod shuffle, and I had my DS with me. Nobody will ever forget.
DS is peak.
The consoles back then just went crazy. The reason why the Wii U flopped compared to the Wii is just the Wii was just superior. Like,
Wii is unmatched.
Features were not as good as
unmatched.
the Wii. Like, the Wii was seen as revolutionary for a reason, but the Wii and the DS had so many classics. Like, I was a fiend for Mario games. Like, I basically had all of them. My most fondest memories with the DS were just like those sleepovers where you just fucking race your friends in Mario Kart. Like,
It was amazing.
Yo. Again, now this is what kind of annoys me about video games. Like on consoles, there's not a lot of co-op two-player games, like co-op couch games where you bring somebody over and y'all play on the couch together with the second remote. There's not a lot of games like that. All of them are freaking, you gotta buy a system and you gotta buy the game, and then your friend has to buy a system and buy a game so y'all can play together in separate households, unless you have the system in the same household. Why are we... it's a business. They're trying to make money, but like co-op games just right next to the person is like, that's a good feeling. Like, it was fun. Now it's like you gotta go do all this extra stuff, and you gotta pay for online, and it's extra. Being able to like just whip out the DS, somebody else got a DS, y'all play a game. Some of the, now I think about it, it's kind of the same. Shoot. But some games you could play and the other person didn't have it. But like, I don't know. The Wii and the Nintendo DS. To this day, in my opinion, nothing compares to that gaming experience. Like, it's crazy.
It was amazing having a console for on the go because I would always race my brother in Mario.
On the go consoles,
Kart, play him
PSP.
in Mario Party.
or whatever game.
I had a freaking Game Boy. I used to have a Game Boy. Like, I'm old, but I'm not old. I'm older. I'm not older. I don't freaking know, but I'm old enough to the point where I owned a Game Boy at a really young age. And then what was really my gaming system, handheld, was PSP and a DS. Those are like my two, but I still enjoyed the Game Boy. I had that privilege.
And I would always lose, of course, because I was trash. Or I would battle him in Pokemon, but of course his team was better, bro. Like, my team fucking sucked. Like, I need to put in the work, bro. I don't know what I was doing. Now, I don't know if anybody else could relate to this, but what I would do is I would take my starter Pokemon. Like in Heart Gold, I chose Feraligatr. I leveled it up to level 100, and I didn't level up anything else. But my dumbass somehow still beat Red. I don't know how I did it. How did I beat Red? I have no fucking idea. But I was like showing it off to my friends at school that I like completed the game or whatever.
I didn't play Pokemon video games, but
Pokemon,
I wasn't even like a fan of Pokemon. But even the cards, like just having the cards, even though you didn't like it, was like
multiplayer on Mario Bros. Wii with my friends. Like it was revolutionary at the time because I didn't see any other like games that were 4-player. I think this was like the first 4-player game I ever touched, and I was fascinated at the fact that you could play with 4 people. I just remember calling them up like literally almost every day.
It was hype.
Either that or I'd run up some Wii
It's time.
Sports. Now the reason why the Wii had so much sales is because Wii Sports anybody could play. Your grandma, your goddamn Uncle Billy,
And it was
everyone
physically
wanted to try
active.
Wii
Like,
Sports.
come on
And that's
now.
the reason why everyone's like, yeah, fuck it, I'll buy a Wii. And that just created superior game nights. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody talks about like how hype Monopoly was. I mean, Monopoly was fire, don't get me wrong, but like the game nights with Wii Sports were better. You know what I'm saying? Like I would always remember me sucking royal ass at bowling. Like I don't know how I made that possible.
I was trash at bowling as a kid. Now it's like
all you have to do is
pretty
literally
simple.
just throw it straight and you'll get a strike. How did I even make that possible? I don't know. But when I was by
crazy.
myself and I would play Wii Sports, I would always like try to beat Matt.
Tennis was elite.
Matt was the number one op, bro. Like Matt was like the easiest dude in tennis, but in boxing,
Oh,
I
yeah, he
still
was a
can't
problem.
get him out of my. And I still
Matt
see
was
that
a
dude
problem.
in my nightmares. Holy shit! I still don't even know if I beat him to this day. Probably not. That dude was the number one op. As for the PS3 and the Xbox 360, anything went in the voice chats, bro. Especially in Call of Duty lobbies.
At the time,
Like,
I didn't have a
sitting in Call of
PS3.
Duty
Of
voice
course, I
chat,
played it.
that shit gotta be
I had an
anime,
Xbox
but,
360,
I mean,
and then I
didn't really experience much of it,
transitioned
to be
into
honest.
the
Now, let's talk
PS4.
activities.
I had both at
Now,
the same time,
everybody
and then
would
from
go
there it was just
outside during this point in
straight
time. I mean,
PlayStation.
Although we did play a lot of video games, kids actually went outside in this day and age. There were no phones.
That's what I was saying.
I mean, there were phones, but our parents would not get us a phone. I remember when I'd go
X.
outside, I'd be shooting hoops with
It
my
was like a
friends,
perfect
playing flag
balance all the
football,
time.
playing
Telling
ultimate
you.
frisbee or something like that. And one time, I even built a tree house. Like that shit was so fun. And of course, my friend's dad helped us build it because we didn't know what the hell we were doing. And at school, they actually let us go outside for like at least 20 to 30 minutes. But then they just stopped giving us recess once we hit middle school for some reason. Now, school was just so much better. I mean, even though we didn't have like much freedom
Recess
at
used to
all,
feel
I just
like
feel
it
was
lasted
lot
a
more
long time. It was
interesting
probably
and
only like
engaging
20,
than high
30
school.
minutes.
Like, I
I think
feel
about
like I actually learned the information. Now that I'm not in high school anymore, I don't know what the hell I even learned, bro. I don't remember. I don't know if you guys remember those cubes that...
Yo, now that I'm not in school, or like I'm like on and off school, whatever, you like start to realize your brain wants to learn about stuff. Like even if it's just like scrolling online and you come across something, you're like, let me go to Google, and then be on Google for like 10 minutes looking that up, and it's like, yo, your brain really be craving an education, even if it's like something you actually care about or just something random that crosses your mind. Like now I'll be like interested the way to learn the way stuff works, and it's crazy. Without like not being in school, you brains a machine. I don't know. It's a machine that gotta be fed. That's the best I can say.
we had in school, we would just always build big ass towers with them and just sword fight with them. I don't know why. That's just something I would do. Either
Facts.
that, or we take the markers off the board and do the same thing. It was just really
Facts.
easy to pass time in school because me and my friends, we would probably find the dumbest ways to keep ourselves entertained. And a highlight of school back then was gym class. I remember being so excited for gym class because of how fun they made the activities. Like sometimes we'd be rolling around on those goofy looking scooters. A lot of you
Facts.
probably remember this.
Gym
They had
class
this big
and lunch.
parachute that we would all sit under, like during
Best
field
periods.
day. And that was another thing they completely took away in school. I mean, I still had field day in middle school, but a lot of you probably just didn't. I mean, field day was just it.
Field day was
There
like the Olympics.
bouncy houses everywhere. That shit
Field
was
day
actually
was like
a
the
fucking
Olympics.
paradise to me. Like I was so excited
My
for
school.
it, bro. It was a goated moment in my life. But the best part about school though is when we were able to go on the computers and pull up Run 3, Pop Tropica, just anything on cool math.
I don't know
games,
when
really.
memes
Now I
started.
just tell my teacher, oh yeah, no, it's cool.
I don't know when memes started, but when we had computer time in school, this is probably like middle school for me. And I first discovered memes in probably like 6th or 7th grade. Yo, niggas was in tears. Like we would be in class crying, and the memes were like back then, but like at the time, yo, crying, stomach hurting. It was peak comedy at the time. It was crazy. Oh, let's not forget, when you came to computer class for school, cool math, Club Penguin, shoot, what's that other one? I forgot, but you know the game where the birds and the iceberg and he's shooting. Crazy. Pop Tropica. Y'all remember Pop? Yo. Cartoon Network Online, the website, the games. Fire. What else? I'm gonna put you on. When I ever play this, I think it's still up. Tank Trouble. Y'all remember Tank Trouble? If you don't, look it up. Good time, I'm telling you.
Math games, trust me. Like I'm on a math game. Believe me, bro. I feel like an accountant the way I be adding up my bread right now. Trust me. But even when we were supposed to be doing an assignment, I'd be switching tabs, bro.
Gotta switch them tabs. Always switching tabs. Switching tabs. Shoot, you might even exit out the whole tab if the teacher walks by. Hilarious, I'm telling you, hilarious.
I remember going home on my parents' computer to play cool math games. And when I got home, I was so excited.
That was
to
rare.
play with all the toys that I had. Nerf guns, Legos, Zuzu pets, Go-Go's.
Yo, Zuzu pets, Go-Go's.
The most special moments to me
I had
were the
Go-Go's,
Nerf
Zuzu pets,
guns.
Nerf guns.
I remember I would always have a little
Beyblades.
shit pistol, right? And my friend would just pull out this fucking Nerf minigun, and I would get my ass blasted by a bunch of Nerf bullets. Yo, hold on, Paul. Why the hell did I say it like that? My friend had a whole ass birthday party themed around Nerf guns, and the entire time was a big ass Nerf war, and we had
Used to have
water
wars in the-
balloons,
in-
and
in
it
the
was the
basement.
craziest birthday party I've ever went to.
Jumping
And
off
that's
the
a memory
stairs,
I will
flipping over
hold
couches.
dearest to my heart. I will never forget. But this one toy that I had in particular sucked balls.
Talk to me.
The Bubble Ball. That shit was so trash. Like I literally saw an ad for it on Cartoon Network. Me and my brother were geeking over it.
I didn't have that.
We bought it, and that shit popped within less than 30 minutes. And of course, bro, they
Of course it
tricked me.
did.
I was so mad, bro.
Yo, y'all remember Fushigi, the little sphere ball they used to be doing all the tricks with? Total scam. Crazy.
I would literally just get all the toys from ads I would see on Cartoon Network. I would like go up to my parents and beg them to get me the toy. Like even though obviously they don't want to spend a bunch of money on my dumbass toys. And at one point they were like, "Look, dude, get it yourself. Bro. I don't feel like buying you toys anymore." So what would I do instead? I would watch TV, bro. Now Cartoon Network was my favorite channel out of
Same here.
Nickelodeon, Disney Channel.
Same here.
Yeah, Cartoon Network was the best one. There were so many classic shows on there. I mean, sometimes I'd occasionally watch Nickelodeon, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have never watched Disney Channel. I'm not gonna
Rarely.
lie. Like I was more of a cartoon. I never really watched a lot of
Agreed.
the shows on Disney Channel. Now, when I was older, I upgraded from my iPod Shuffle to an iPod Touch, and this opened my eyes
Right.
to the world of mobile games. Mobile games are just not the same anymore, man. They're
Nowhere
just not.
near the
Put it
same. They
simply,
peaked.
Cut the Rope, Angry
Peaked in
Birds,
like
Dumb Ways to
2010s.
Die, Flappy Bird, Where's My Water, Minecraft.
Yo, Angry Birds, Crossy Road, was it Flappy Bird, whatever that thing is called. Temple Run, Subway Surfer. What else we had? Yo, I think we had like Injustice Online. That was alright. Yo, I'm like stuck around. Clash of Clans. Oh, what's the one? It was like the little green monster and the you had to get him the candy. The games then was elite. What mobile games are people talking about now? Candy Crush. Our games were better. Our games were better. I'm just saying, like the mobile games then peaked, and after that, what mobile games do you hear people talking about? Monopoly Go. I had that for a minute. I ain't gonna lie. Addicting. Had to get off it.
Pocket Edition, just to name a few, they easily beat out the mobile games that are out today. Like, bro, what the hell is this garbage? Honestly, there aren't much mobile games I play anymore, but I would always see my mom playing Candy Crush. Now, I decided to download it myself because I wanted to become a Candy Crush veteran, just like my mom, okay? Like, I had to do it.
The game looks so boring to me as a
kid. So many moms out there that are just cooking up on Candy Crush. But me, bro, I've only gotten to, like, level 100, bro. I was garbage compared to the moms, bro. I was letting the moms beat me out, bro. Also, on the iPod Touch, I had a new way to access entertainment through YouTube. And now I wasn't really like obsessed with YouTube until like 2016. That's when I really.
I was late to the YouTube game too. When I first heard
I
people talking about
myself
YouTube, I'm
watching
like,
a
that sounds
handful of
stupid.
creators
I was in
like
elementary school.
PewDiePie and
I didn't touch it.
Like, I was mainly on there for funny videos.
Probably till like
I
middle
didn't really
school.
like subscribe to anybody. But like the most vivid memory I have of YouTube is when I was at my friend's house and he played this video of like what Pokemon would look like in real life, and that shit was just like so weird to me, bro. I don't understand why that's just stuck in my head, but it is. But of course, in 2016, 2015, I started watching Grade A, Under A, and Leafy, which inspired my Birdie channel and this Wordy channel right here. And whenever I'd watch YouTube on my phone, I would always be eating something, alright? The food was just insane, bro. You got the kids' cuisine, dino nuggets.
Kids' cuisine is terrible for you, but at the time, kids' cuisine, Lunchables, any nuggets shaped as dinosaurs, animals, all that, and throw them on the Zoo Pals plates. Fine dining as a kid. I'm not gonna lie, it was fine dining as a kid. Crazy. But I ain't start doing that, like needing something to watch while eating until like sometime in high school. That started for me. And it's weird because I could eat without watching something, but majority of the time I need to watch something while eating, and it's crazy that's gotten to that point. It's crazy.
Kraft mac and cheese. I know this doesn't count as food, but they had those plates. They were called like Zoo Pals. I remember always eating.
Yo, I just said that.
Kraft mac and cheese on a fucking Zoo Pals plate. My parents wouldn't know what to make me because I mean I'd barely eat anything besides unhealthy ass shit. Now as for snacks, bro, I would always eat like those Scooby snacks, fruit by the foot, Danimals.
I know
Like I
those.
was
Danimals
drink
is
a
fire.
Danimals in the morning and just go catch the bus. Either that or I'd take a fucking waffle with me.
Freaking Eggo waffles, wrap it in a napkin, you're good to go. Toaster strudels, Pop-Tarts.
Superior to all of them. Goldfish. The amount of lore behind this cracker is insane. There was an entire TV show like that was just aired in commercials. And I just remember being so interested in what happened next because the goldfish lore was just it's super intriguing to me.
Yo, goldfish. I'm sure plenty of kids have cavities because of goldfish. I haven't had goldfish and I can't even think of the last time I had goldfish. But yo, when they had those commercials, you was intrigued. You was locked in. Like, yo, what they got going on now? Like, what's about to happen next? But just eating them, addicting as a kid. I wonder if they still like. I'm sure they're like still taste the same, but were they actually good or were they just good because I was a kid? That's what I wonder. That's what I wonder.
And of course I went on goldfish.com and played the games because, man, I was a heavy goldfish fan, bro. I was a supporter. Like, I would walk around with goddamn goldfish merch if I really had to, bro. I would gas up goldfish. I
That's
tried
crazy.
every flavor.
On the
And
treadmill?
every time I saw a new one, I looked at my mom and I just fucking pointed at it on the shelf because I knew I had to buy it. Unless it was like fucking onion flavor or some shit. Like if it was like birthday cake or just something that's
Onion
extremely
flavor is
stimulating to the child mind, I would buy it. And now drinks, man. You know what drink hit on an extremely hot day?
Capri Sun?
Hawaiian Punch.
No. Drinks that hit on a hot day were those like little jugs with the tinfoil lids and you would peel them off. Those used to hit as a kid. Not even as a kid till now. Cold Arizona, like Arizona, lifesavers. Lifesavers as a kid. Cheap. Just cheap. Grab them. Your thirst is quenched in a hot summer day. McDonald's used to come in clutch too, but the dollar menu, I didn't even know. I stopped eating McDonald's like that. Except for the fries, maybe. But I didn't even know they stopped the dollar menu. I was surviving off of those as a kid after school. McDonald's, or on the weekend when like I was out with my friends and it was hot, I was McChicken, fries, apple pie. That's like what? $3? Maybe 4 tax? $3? And then you go to the corner store and get an Arizona. Crazy they stopped doing
I'd
that.
give a singular fuck that my arteries were just about to explode after drinking this. I was loving it. After a long game of manhunt or hide and seek or whatever.
Manhunts were lit.
The long hot summer day feelings of just spending it outside.
To hide under cars for manhunt. It's crazy.
That right there is what I loved about growing up. I would get so much time off from school that I was able to just live life. It's just something I want back so bad. Because man, it was a beautiful time. Even though it was a 3-month vacation, I never got bored. Life was just amazing. And the fact that happened, it just makes me appreciate it so much.
Yep. I'll say this. It's unfortunate. I mean, it's not unfortunate. Things change. Things evolve. Other generations experience other things. But from what I can see, growing up in the 90s as a child, in like 90s and 2000s, again I'm biased, had to be like the peak of like generational nostalgia. Like it was peak. But then again, like he said in the video, happy you had it, sad is gone, but at least you could say you were the one to experience it. Like, bless. It'll be interesting to see what everybody's kids is doing and when they grow up and they say, oh, this is nostalgic to me. And of course we're gonna go, it don't compare. It don't compare. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you want to see that his actual video, great channel. Wordy. Again, I'll put it in the description. Thank you for watching. Take care. Type down something nostalgic in the comments. With that being said, I'm out.